Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Wayne County High School, home of the Wildcats, for some Class A sectional basketball. I'm Mark Mize, joined by Jennifer Hawkins, as we're bringing you the Class A sectional matchup between the Richland Raiders and the Wayne County Wildcats. For those tuning in, no, it's not 2025. We're doing this again, and so this is the same matchup we saw last year. The Raiders narrowly fell in that one, and Wayne County went on to advance to the Final Four in the state tournament. But this year, hoping for a reversal of roles, as Richland trying to get back to the state tournament, I believe from the third time under Coach Jason Lovelace. So Jennifer, a picturesque venue here. It's been a bit of a rainy day, but it's dry here inside of Wayne County's gym, and we're ready for some exciting Class A sectional basketball.
Yeah, I think this is a game that many people, if you think back to a year ago, this is a game that felt like maybe Raiders had a little bit of momentum under a minute left and then kind of went cold from the floor, and Wayne County lit it up, comes back and wins it in the last, literally 30 to 35 seconds of the game. And so I think Richland's seeking a little revenge tonight, but here we are yet again in Wayne County, is where we're going to have to put one of the best games together, because both these teams really coming into this game playing some of their best basketball. I anticipate this to be a high-intensity, high fast-paced action tonight. I think it's going to be a classic from the get-go.
Yeah, and you look at the last few weeks, Richland has really turned it up as of late. Looking at that semifinal game versus Fayetteville City in the district semifinals there, they end up only winning that one by one on a crazy three-pointer there from Cooper Jackson. And quite frankly, that kept their season alive, because as it turned out, they couldn't beat Eagleville on their home floor. That's not to say they couldn't do it in Murfreesboro if we see them again. But, Richland ended up losing that game by 19 despite playing really strong basketball. And so Cooper Jackson keeping them from playing Eagleville in the semifinals, which would have been an elimination game, and instead the region championship where they were allowed to lose, that was absolutely huge. So the senior comes up big, but since then they've been playing some of their best basketball as they end up winning that district title by a 20-point margin over Cornersville. Then they move on to beat, I think, Mount Pleasant by 22. They beat Fayetteville City by 17 the next time around, and then they lose by 19 to Eagleville, but they were only down by 8 entering the fourth quarter. That's the number one team in the state who's undefeated, so quite frankly, still feels like that's a pretty good loss if there is such a thing. And right now, I just feel like this is their moment. The Raiders are ready for this moment. A lot of their guys are playing some of their best basketball of the year. The defense has been really strong. It's just all about putting it together in this moment and booking another trip to Murfreesboro.
Yeah, and you look at that, people are going to look at scoreboards too much, and it doesn't tell the whole story of the game. Back to that Eagleville game, 19 points, yeah, maybe, but it really felt like and was a closer game than that. And I'll tell you why. What I noticed about that truly more was Eagleville, if you noticed in that fourth quarter, slowed down their pace. They started kind of going a little stall ball because they didn't want to continue going toe-to-toe with Richland, because I think they figured out pretty quickly, hey, these guys are for real, and if we kind of keep running with them, they could go on a little bit of a scare, a little 7-0 run and catch back up and get back in this thing. And so they slowed the pace down in the fourth. And when you have the lead, you can do that. And so they kind of extended that lead out. And so it's kind of a misleading score there. But Raiders really have been playing some of their finest basketball of the season, which is what we kind of expected. We've seen glimpses of it all through regular season and stuff. And so now getting to kind of put it together at the right time, that's what playoffs are all about. That's when you really do want to hit your peak and hit your stride. That's what we're seeing from the Raiders so far this playoff season.
And one last note on that Eagleville game. Eagleville had been beating their postseason opponents by 37 points per game. So, quite frankly, you lost by half of that. So, whether or not it was as close as the score, suggested, that's still quite an accomplishment. But, I know that Jason Lovelace and the guys would say no moral victories. But at the same time, just from a fan experience, you kind of look at it and you say, wow, you can feel pretty good about the style of basketball that you played there, even though it always is tough to accept a loss. And so right now, I think one of the best things this postseason is you've had 4 different guys lead in scoring. Will Shirey had 17 in the region semifinal win over Fayetteville City. Cooper Jackson had 20 points in the region quarterfinal win over Mount Pleasant. Jamison Andrews, I forget which game he led in scoring. I think it was in district. And then Cade McCormick was your leading scorer versus Eagleville there in the region championship. And so they have 4 different guys who are really just going off offensively. Each one of them has had really good nights. You have to feel good. You want probably at least 2 or 3 of them to have a great offensive night tonight. But for this team, you hear it from Jason Lovelace again and again. It's all about the defense and rebounding. That's what it's always going to be about for his teams. He doesn't ever want to be a team that's racing to 100. He wants to be a team that is counting on something that you can bring with you every night. And you just can't bring shooting with you every night because there are some weird gyms. There's some weird rims. There's some weird shooter's eyes. There are things that can keep you from having the night you want shooting the basketball, but your defense and your rebounding comes with you everywhere you go.
Absolutely, and that's why you hear the expression that defense wins championships. It's important even in basketball because I think most people associate that with football.
Yeah.
But it's true in basketball as well because if you come with that defensive mindset to slow another team down, throw them off their rhythm, get them out of their pace and all those ideas, it does something to the collective, to the other team. And so that's where Richland has really stepped up in the last few weeks here in playoffs is they're back to crashing the boards. They're back on attack. They're filling in lanes. They're communicating clearly with one another. They're watching off-ball screens and things and swapping up on their defenses. So it's one of those things that as this stretch moves on and we hope continues after tonight, I think we just keep seeing more and more improvement on that defensive end each game. And I'm like, can they step it up? And do they have another level? And so far, they keep proving that. Yeah, they've got a little extra gear that they can get into. And so they're going to have to bring all of it tonight because, like I said, Wayne County, man, we keep saying this. When you get into playoffs, there's no easy games at this point. This is a big one. Win or go home. You got to leave it all on the court. All the expressions throw into play here. But all the cliches could happen. But it really is going to be one of these. Can Richland bring an upset on this floor tonight and send a very packed Wayne County gymnasium? There's a lot of folks in here.
Some of them shirtless.
Yes, just a few. Yeah, that's what their student section has gone with this year. So, hey, more power to them. They're supporting their team. So I don't mind it at all. But anyway, they I noticed some of them are not quite as brave enough to wear. They're wearing those fake T-shirts that look like you don't have a shirt on. So
right.
That's kind of funny. But, just going to see what these fans have come out to travel and see. And speaking of, it is a sea of orange here on our left. We're sitting in the end zone, if you will. It's really somebody's classroom. I feel right at home here. Mark, as a teacher, might go over there. It looks like they have calculators, so it might be a math classroom. So I really feel at home here. But, so we've got desks beside us on one side, and then we got the Raider faithful that have shown up loud and proud tonight with a lot of orange to get us covered. So, Orange, you glad to be here. Mark, let's throw it in that way. So as he shakes his head and says, oh, here we go. So I warned him. I lost an hour's sleep this weekend, folks. I don't know what's about to happen tonight. And we got ACT tomorrow. It's been a long day at school. So, hey, I'm ready for some fun basketball, though.
As we all are here tonight. So Raiders versus Wayne County here in the Class A Sectional. One team will see their season come to an end, and one team will be headed to Murfreesboro. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. Be back with starting lineups, the opening tip, and maybe talking a little Lady Raiders basketball, who have already booked their ticket to the state tournament. But back in 2 minutes here on KSR Sports.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or a friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice-cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together, taste better.
May Oil Company, a 4th-generation family-owned business, is a supplier of fuel products and specialty lubricants serving Pulaski, Giles County, and southern Middle Tennessee from our offices and warehouse at 619 South 4th Street, Pulaski. May Oil Company is also a proud supporter of Giles County Bobcat and Richland Raiders sports. May Oil Company, supporting our Middle Tennessee communities for generations. 931-363-3704.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags and windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Ray with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
And we're back here on KSR Sports. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins, bringing you the Class A Sectional between Richland and Wayne County. A rematch of last year's sectional in which Wayne County won and advanced to the Final Four. Richland trying to get revenge and do the same here in Wayne County. But before we get the opening tip here, let's talk a little Lady Raider basketball as Richland finished the regular season 25-3 on the girls' side. They are headed back-to-back to the Glass House in Murfreesboro as they won 62-40 over Class A's leading scorer, Layla Downs-Darden. And then also, of course, versus McEwen there. And huge win. She was held to 23 points, which is still a lot of points, but she's averaging 33 a game. And so Bailey Blair was able to outduel her. Blair finished with 26, one of her best games of the year. Jennifer, that was a lot of fun the other night in Dwight Clark.
It was, when Downs picked up her third foul within 4 minutes, you knew and felt the tone of the game really change. But honestly, it comes back to, you mentioned Bailey Blair. She's so clutch. That literally has been the word I think I've heard most people reference for her, is she just makes her team better around her. And then her team also, the Lady Raiders, they have really just grown by leaps and bounds this season. And let me tell you, they were great to begin with, but they have added so many elements. They are just a dangerous team. They're going to be so much fun to get to cover at state. So I can't wait for that to happen.
All right, and so we're about to get our invocation and national anthem. Richland versus Wayne County set to get underway here in the Class A Sectional. Raiders trying to join the Lady Raiders here in Murfreesboro in the next 2 weeks. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout and be back here on KSR Sports.
This is Mike Keefe for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
Hey, buddy, why the throwback uniform?
Well, boys, you see, it's to celebrate the glory days, the pride, the passion, the tradition.
Wow, what could be better than wearing a throwback uniform on game day?
How about throwing back a green and gold citrusy Sundrop soda in a throwback bottle while wearing my throwback uniform on game day?
The pride, the passion, the tradition.
Throwback a green and gold Sundrop today.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
We meet by accident, a play on words. But when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair is a trusted friend when you need auto repairs or auto body work. We specialize in making you feel at ease in a time that can be uncertain at best. We take the worry away and give you our very best. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair, a trusted friend when you need us. Call 363-0539 or drop by 716 North 1st Street, Pulaski.
Starting lineups here between Wayne County and Richland here in the Class A Sectional. We'll get the Raiders starting lineups first as they are in their orange with the white and orange checker stripes there on the side. Uniforms here tonight, the road jerseys. Jennifer, can you get those starting lineups for us?
Absolutely. One of my favorite jerseys, too. I don't know. It just looks sharp on the court just to bring that brightness. That
Noted
orange.
Tennessee fan, Jennifer Hawkins.
Yeah. Till they play Oklahoma. Let's just throw that in there. But, yeah, our starting lineup tonight for your Richland Raiders, they're going to go with the traditional vibe. Will Shirey, Cooper Jackson, Jamison Andrews, Cade McCormick, and Jack Jackson. The two seniors, Jamison Andrews and Cooper Jackson. The other three, Shirey, McCormick, and Jackson, are juniors on the floor tonight.
As for Wayne County, we've got Logan Davis, Case Bryant, Cayman Camfield, Nate Bevis, and Case Butler. Especially there, Cayman Camfield, of note, 21.2 points per game, coming in the leading scorer by quite a margin there. Second most is Case Bryant with 9 points per game. But I know Cayman Camfield is all-state. He's a senior. But they only have two seniors on the whole team. They have such an impressive underclassmen lineup. You look like guys like Bryant. You look at Mosley and Bogus. Bogus, for anybody who knows that last name, knows that's probably a pretty good player.
It's a basketball name right there.
They're really, really talented, and I think they're built for years to come. But hopefully tonight, the Raiders built just a little bit stronger there. So it'll be Cade McCormick versus Case Butler, the quarterback, by the way, for Wayne County. And McCormick will win that one over to Jamison Andrews. We are underway. Raiders versus Wildcats here on KSR Sports. Cade McCormick to the hoop. McCormick, his shot is blocked, but a foul is called. Might have been on Camfield.
Yeah, the stat line is behind us, Mark, so they're going to go with Butler. That'll be his first, and a few seconds tick off the clock, and already one team foul for Wayne County.
And I feel like that's a big part of the Raiders' game plan here today. He hits the first. McCormick has been so good this year, especially offensively, as he puts the first point on the board. 1-0 Richland here, 12 seconds in. Goes 2 for 2. Not one of the biggest arenas, but a packed house here, Jennifer.
And it is loud. The energy in here is intense.
Full court press. Andrews can't quite steal it. They get it up the floor. Case Bryant for three. Count it. Case Bryant, first three-pointer of the night. 3-2. Wayne County pulls ahead.
Yeah, that quick transition, you're going to put the full court press on. You got to have somebody back and watch that perimeter shot.
Shirey drives, switches from his left to his right hand, and puts it up and in on the bank shot. 4-3.
So as we expected, Mark, already off to a fast start for both teams. Good to see.
Butler has it top of the key, hands it off there to Beavis. My apologies there. Had the pronunciation incorrect there in pregame.
We listen closely to the announcer here.
We assume he's right. I mean,
we think he knows.
It's his home team. Camfield on the wing. He's looking for a pass here. Gives it off to Bryant up top. Bryant guarded ferociously there by Will Shirey. Davis back up now, working it. They're trying to get down low to Camfield. Cooper Jackson draws that defensive assignment tonight. Back up top to Davis. Davis working against Jack Jackson. They feed it up to Beavis. Beavis.
Got to retrain a little bit. Yeah, it's interesting. They've got Jackson gives up a little height against Camfield.
Camfield, wow, what a shot there. Pump fakes twice right on Cooper Jackson and then hits the three-point basket. 6-4.
So Wayne County going with the perimeter early.
Jamison Andrews, three, no good. Rebounded by Camfield. Camfield wants to push tempo. He's up the floor, gives it off. Oh, but it's stolen now. Up the floor to Cade McCormick. McCormick, he'll have to slow things down. But Richland, big steal there for Jamison Andrews as they trail by 2 with 6 minutes remaining in the first.
Yeah, Andrews lobs it up over McCormick, but I don't think McCormick was aware that it was coming. It's good that he was able to chase it down, not lose that possession.
McCormick gives it off to Shirey. Jack Jackson, now he's going to drive. Jackson spins, wants to feed. Bounce pass, McCormick. Lay in, 4-2.
Yeah, Jackson picked up his dribble, almost got a little trouble, but McCormick cuts in through the paint. Jackson hits him in stride, and so McCormick able to finish. Nice play, probably not the design, but it worked.
Bryant dribbles to his left. Excuse me, that is Beavis there. 32 and 12. I got him mixed up there. Now Logan Davis leads this team in assists, dribbling to his left. He's going to put up and under. Oh, nice little dipsy-do play there for Logan Davis. His first points of the night make it 8-6 Wayne County. Shirey trading off the dribble. Hands off Cooper Jackson. Jackson, he'll pull up in the lane. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded Wayne County. Wayne up by 2. Camfield spins. Back to Camfield off a quick give and go. Right side, it's Case Bryant. Camfield looking to back down Cade McCormick. Powers it up, no good. Bounces around and finally getting it back there is Case Butler, who puts it in for 2. That's the 4th different score tonight for Wayne County. They lead 10-6.
Yeah, just that interior size. They've got a couple of big men.
Jack Jackson, 3. No good. Tipped. Cooper Jackson gets it. Good offensive board there. Jackson gives it off to Jack Jackson. That was Cooper to Jack, by the way. And the Raiders have a chance to restart here, trailing by 4. Jameson Andrews kicks. 3-pointer. Jackson, corner. Jack Jackson for a First Realty Group 3-point basket.
You know, he doesn't always hit a ton of those, but they come at the right moments. They're moments to kind of, you heard that kind of quiet the student section a bit when Jackson hits that.
10-9. Wayne County still up by 1. Case Butler, bounce pass to Camfield. He's double teamed. Works it in. Beavis, excuse me. His shot no good, but he's fouled. So Beavis will head to the line for 2.
Jack Jackson's going to be the one that gets targeted for that. That's his first team foul for the Raiders with 3:41 left in the first quarter.
First free throw is no good. Coming into the game will be Kason Mosley, the freshman, one of 2 sensational freshmen for this Wildcat team. Standing at 6'3" and probably not over 15 years old.
Yeah.
Goes 1 for 2 there. Every Wayne County player has scored tonight. Wayne is up 11-9 with 3:41 remaining in the first. Andrews up the floor, gets it off to McCormick. McCormick looks like he's going to drive. Kicks it back. Andrews, 3, corner. Count it. Raiders on top 12-11 after that First Realty Group 3-point basket. Second 3-pointer of the night for the Raiders. Will Shirey comes right through Case Bryant as he tries to jump that passing lane for a steal. That'll be called a foul on the floor.
Yeah, Shirey going to pick up his first. Glad to hear they're getting the name right, because that kid has been called everything else except Shirey.
Need to get in here. They're going to call a holding foul. And so 2 quick fouls here for the Raiders.
Goes against Andrews, his first, so 3rd team foul. So was about to mention they weren't in much foul trouble and then had picked up 2 quick ones within about 12 seconds.
Into the game now also Drew Bogus. Bogus and Mosley playing a lot of minutes here as freshman. Davis to the rim. They're going to say he was fouled. Going to say that was a shooting foul. 2 free throws coming for Davis.
And I think they're going to go with McCormick. But I can't tell if he said 25 or 35. Yeah, 35. So, man, just in a few seconds, 3 fouls added to the board for the 4th team foul.
Yeah, it might be a night of free throw shooting.
Yep.
For the Wayne County Wildcats. Will probably suit them just well. First free throw is good. Ties the game up 12-12. 3:07 remaining in the first. Davis, the second, goes 2 for 2. Wayne County back on top. They're not pressing so far here tonight, so Raiders will bring it up. Andrews hands it off to Jackson. Jackson looks back to his coach, Jason Lovelace, get the call. McCormick off to Jackson. He's going to try a drive. Ooh, initially loses it. They're going to say that a foul was committed, though, on the push by Bogus.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's a freshman on the guard there, and he started body bumping Jackson to get him out of bounds. So Boo Birds across the way don't care for it, but I think it is definitely the right call.
Back to Jack Jackson in the backcourt. I like the nice little football play there as they drag Andrews, and then Jackson pumps and then heads in the backcourt to make sure they don't lose that ball on the 5-second call. Jackson gets a screen here from McCormick. Back up to Andrews. A little motion here on another screen. They want to get Jack Jackson running there, but now they'll kick it back to Andrews for 3. No good. Rebounded Camfield. Wayne County brings it up the floor, leading by 1. Case Bryant in the corner. Back up to Logan Davis.
Wayne County going to slow it down a little bit.
Davis working against Jack Jackson. Mosley to Bryant on the other side. Off a screen, they get a three-pointer. Bryant hits another big one there, his second three-pointer of the night, 16-12. Wayne County on top here with under 2 minutes remaining in the first. Andrews back to Cooper Jackson. Jackson, a lot of body bumping there from Bogus. McCormick, corner 3 to Jack Jackson. Jack Jackson knocks down another, answers the opposing three-pointer with one of his own, brought to you by First Realty Group.
He and Bryant may have a little competition going tonight. If Bryant's hitting, as long as Jack Jackson can continue to hit, keeping this game tight.
16-15, Wayne up by 1. Wow, they let Bryant off the release there, wide open for 3. Luckily, he was too open.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it to go down.
He's got to shoot with somebody in his face, I suppose.
Shirey to the rim. They're going to call a foul on the floor. And so they're calling this very even between the two teams. But
I agree with that.
They're not going to let this one get out of hand. They don't want to let this game get too physical, calling a lot of early fouls.
Foul goes against Bryant, his first. 3 team fouls showing for Wayne County.
Inbounding underneath the basket. They need to get it in quick. 5 seconds is the call. Shirey couldn't get it in, and Wayne County will take over possession on the turnover.
Lane Dooley checking in now for Jameson Andrews. And Jason Lovelace still seeing something he's not caring for, talking with one of the officials. This is the second conversation he's had. Not exactly sure, but to be a fly on the wall, right?
Under a minute. I mean, we're pretty close.
Yeah.
Under a minute remaining here in the first quarter. 16-15. Richland trails by 1. Wayne County basketball. Bogus back out to Davis. Davis is going to drive now. He pulls up and then hands it back off to Case Bryant. They get it, Camfield on the run. His shot no good, but he's fouled. 2 free throws coming on the shooting foul, and that is the 5th. So all fouls here in the final 40 seconds will result in free throws.
5th team foul, but interesting enough, goes on Cooper Jackson, so now every starter has 1 foul. So I guess maybe that's the good news out of this, that if you're going to have the 5 fouls, it's been spread around.
Camfield averages more than 21 points per game. He now is up to 4 points here in the first quarter. Wayne County by 2. He goes 2 for 2. Camfield has had an outstanding career for the Wildcats here.
I just started to say, I feel like I've been covering him because, he played as a freshman a lot. Well, he started, I believe, as a freshman. And so as many times we've played Wayne County, I feel like I know his play almost as well as some of the Richland players. Not quite as much, but he's had a lot of minutes over the years.
Well, he was all-state as a junior last year.
Yeah, he's definitely a good ball player.
Shari drives, kicks, Dooley, corner, 3. Yes! The First Realty Group 3-point basket ties the game, 18 all. 17 seconds for Wayne County to answer. 9 seconds. Over to Bogus on the wing. Back out top to Camfield. 5 seconds. Camfield versus Dooley. Camfield, he's going to try a drive. Now feeds on the other side. 3-pointer. Beavis' shot is an air ball. 18-18 is your score after one. We'll be back after a 1-minute timeout here on KSR Sports.
This is Jill Kilburn with Big Green Dumpster. Whether you're cleaning out the garage or tackling a renovation, we've got you covered. We have 4 dumpster sizes, 11 to 30 yards. Order before 1 p.m. for same-day delivery. We offer demolition and junk removal. We offer a contractor's discount and include a direct text line for prompt service. Serving Middle Tennessee and North Alabama, our prices are online, so book now at bigggreendumpster.pro or call 931-903-2424. Big Green Dumpster.
First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and our loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They're our friends and our neighbors. Together, we're making communities great. Member FDIC.
And we're back here. Start of the second quarter here in this Class A Sectional. An elimination game that will vault one team to the state tournament in Murfreesboro. 18-18 is your score. Some of the scorers of note there, as you have 6 points for Case Bryant, 6 points for Jack Jackson.
I think this is the start we anticipated, too, as we're back underway. Wayne County has the ball, but kind of matching each other on both ends of the court as we go. So it's going to continue all night.
Davis works to his left here. We're seeing Richland, I think, meet them slightly higher out top now on this defensive series to start the quarter. Bogus versus McCormick. Shot is partially blocked, but I believe McCormick may have picked up his second.
I think you're right, and so that's going to be something McCormick's going to have to be aware of, because we can't afford to give him up inside, but keep him out of foul trouble. Looks like Hollis Miller set to check in probably for McCormick.
Bogus's first free throw is good. And once again, that's a freshman out there whose sister admittedly is probably going to make all conference in Division I. So, a good pedigree.
Had a good week at MTSU this week.
Hoping that the Lady Raiders have a good week at MTSU.
Absolutely.
As they start the state tournament on Thursday, as they will play Coalfield in the opening round. Here we have 7:18 remaining in the second quarter. Richland boys trying to join the girls. As I believe that was Hollis Miller checked in for Cade McCormick there. 7 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Wayne County by 2. Dooley dribbles to his left. Feeds off to Jack Jackson. He'll bring it out top of the key. They have Shirey wide open. A little miscommunication there as Bogus needed to come out and guard him, but Richland not able to take advantage. Andrews to Shirey on the opposite side. Off the screenplay here, Shirey wanted to drive, but now he'll feed it back. Working around the perimeter, it's Dooley. Hands off Jamison Andrews. Andrews screens, he wanted to release there, gets it on the low block. Long two-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Wayne. Wayne is pushing tempo here. Canfield gives it off to Mosley. They have Bogus wide open. Bogus shot at the rim, no good. Good job by Shirey to alter that shot. And Shirey is running the other direction. Feeds off Jackson. Back to Shirey. He'll drive. Feeds back out to Lane Dooley. Wayne County fans wanted a walk.
Goodness, I was letting you catch your breath. I was just listening and enjoying this game because, offense is slowing it down just a little bit, but it still feels high energy.
Wayne County is a really hard team to drive against.
Yeah, they are.
Miller, though, is kind of an awkward play there. I think he thought that he'd get fouled and ends up committing the walk. But a nice drive there from Miller. That's usually not a part of his game that we think about. Was unfortunate for him there that expecting the contact, he kind of got caught in midair.
Yeah. But he does go and find the paint down low. A little mismatch in height size.
Canfield, bad pass here, out of bounds down the baseline. It'll be Raider ball, trailing by 2 with 5:43 remaining in the second.
Yeah, Canfield saw Mosley cut into the paint and was not able to meet him with the pass. So Raiders need to take advantage of that turnover. We have not seen a lot of turnovers from the teams tonight. It's been pretty clean basketball.
Quite a few fouls, though, for Richland.
Yeah.
That's been tough early on. Cade McCormick is out of the game with 2 personals. Shirey has it on the wing. Up top, Jack Jackson, pump fakes, gives it off, Lane Dooley. Good extra pass there. Back to Shirey. Just such strong defense here by Wayne County. And now they will be tagged for a foul.
Gonna get Logan Davis for his first personal. First foul for Wayne County for the second quarter.
Cooper Jackson comes in. So on the floor, it's Cooper Jackson, Will Shirey, Hollis Miller, Jamison Andrews, and Jack Jackson. Nearly going to get another 5-second call here, but you do get a hold as I think that might have been Davis holding Milder.
Yeah, Cersei off the ball again. So Davis, no time really ticking off the clock because he got called for the foul, and they're trying to inbound after that, and he gets called for a second one.
2 quick fouls for the point guard Davis. Shirey having trouble getting this one in and finally kicks it out. Basically, Hollis Miller playing the part of center fielder there. As he will sail back, pick that up, and they'll start the offense in the front court. 5:05, Andrews, he's going to head to the hoop. Wow, what a little turnaround there. Andrews scores at the rim. 20-20 is your score. Case Bryant, bounce pass to Canfield. Canfield, he's going to drive baseline. Feeds back up to Davis. Extra pass later, it's Case Bryant. Bryant, he wants to go, but he's going to travel before the made basket. Raiders take over, tied 20-all with 4:44 remaining in the second. We're going to see a bit of a full court press here now for Wayne County. Andrews right at the stripe, gets it into the front court. Back to Andrews from Jackson.
So just kind of trading punches for each other.
Yeah.
Keeping it tied up, 20-20.
Andrews loses it, but it'll be last touch by a Wayne County player. Inbound underneath the basket. They need to have a good play for this because they've nearly had a couple 5-second calls.
Well, part of it's just the size of Wayne County. It's hard to get around them.
Timeout on the floor for Jason Lovelace and the Raiders. Only a 30-second timeout, so we'll stick with you. Looking at your leading scores so far tonight, 6 for Bryant, 6 for Jack Jackson. That hasn't changed from the end of the first quarter.
Not much has changed because there's only been 2 points apiece for both teams. Wayne County hit 2 free throws in the second, and then Andrews has hit a field goal for the Raiders here in the second. So that's your 2 points for each team. After a high-intensity first quarter, a little slower pace here in the second. I don't know that you can maintain that energy level through 4 quarters. But this has been a fun one so far. But yeah, I'm a little concerned about the inbound for the Raiders.
Yeah.
It's been an issue so far tonight.
It's only underneath the basket, but
like I said, it's really just there's a height differential for Wayne County. There's just some big guys on this team.
They got to get rid of this here. Wow, good play there by Case Butler on the other side. He gives it off to Canfield, but Hollis Miller there. You know, he kind of made a bit of the mistake there by not being able to catch that ball. And then on the other side, he tips it off Canfield, steals back another possession. So great recovery there for Miller.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, that student section really giving it to those refs. I'm glad they're able to tone it out, but boy, some of them getting some really red face and expressions and probably a few words thrown in there, but
that never helps. No referee has ever been like, they're really mad at me. I will now call in their favor. Like, what are you even doing?
They were so right.
What are you doing?
Let me change my mind here.
Under 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. 20-20 is your score. Jack Jackson off to Will Shirey. Shirey gives it off Hollis Miller. Miller thinks about a 3. He's going to put it up, but he'll travel again. And looks like we're going to get a sub in. Lane Dooley will come in place of Hollis Miller.
Good minutes, though, from Miller. I know he had that little mistake there on the turnover, but, yeah, he's just been really good defense. He's been matched up against some of these guys, like I said, that have some height advantage on him. But he's been able to maintain it.
Butler on the baseline, guarded by Andrews. Back up to Bryant. Bryant works around the perimeter here. On the opposite side, it's Bogus. A little bit of a size disadvantage there as Will Shirey is guarding him. Shirey has 2 years on him, but doesn't have the size on him in that matchup. Canfield gives it off to Butler. They want to get Bogus there. Wow, Bogus wide open. Bogus puts it up, puts it in for 2. He's going to be special.
Yeah, I agree. He's already got some really talented basketball IQ for his age.
I know it's because he's a freshman, but I can't believe he's not starting. Shirey kicks, Andrews corner, 3. Yes! First Realty Group 3-point basket, Jamison Andrews. Raiders back up by 1.
So Andrews responsible for the scoring for Richland with 5 points in this quarter. Bogus responsible for Wayne County scoring with 4 points.
They're going to say tipped. It's going to be called a foul, though, on the Raiders. Might be the second on Andrews.
Andrews, and that picks up his second personal foul, second team foul for the Raiders here in the second quarter. So Miller comes back in for Andrews. Don't want to pick up another quick third foul. Still no return of Cade McCormick. You don't want to give up a third foul here before half, and Richland's maintaining.
Wow, that shot by Canfield. He's hit a couple tough three-point baskets there. That time, I think that was Shirey just right in his face. He just lights it up right over him. 25-23, Wayne County on top. Jack Jackson, top of the key, works to his left, hands off Dooley. Dooley gives it off to Shirey here. Shirey, he wants to drive. Feeds it back out to Dooley. Raiders restart. Under 2 now, remaining before halftime. Dooley drives to the left hand, kicks, Miller, 3. Miller hits a big first Realty Group 3-point basket, 26-25, Raiders.
Not a shot that Miller takes a lot, but I like the confidence to step up in a big game, big moment, and hits it.
6 3-pointers in the first half here. Cayman Canfield answers right back, though, just absolutely unconscious there. What a good 3-point shooting big man for Wayne County. Puts them back up by 2.
Yeah, you don't expect a 6'4" post player to just step back and make that look so easy.
Jack Jackson trapped for a moment, but he'll pull it back out. Back out to Hollis Miller. 1:12 remaining here before halftime. 28-26. Dooley feeds to Jack Jackson. Jackson works it back out. He and Dooley trading the basketball. Calling for motion here is Jack Jackson. Under a minute remaining here in the first half. 28-26, Wayne by 2. This place is starting to get loud, Jennifer.
Yeah, I was about to mention all juniors on the court, so might be getting a little preview of what it could look like next year for the Raiders. As you have Shirey, Jack Jackson, Hollis Miller, Lane Dooley. Oh, no, Cooper Jackson's back on the floor. I missed that substitution.
Raiders look like they might want to hold for last shot, but Canfield's going to come out and contest Shirey here. Or at least get close. Shirey works left, works right, just continuing to pull back just enough to keep from getting that 5-second call. And now Wayne County says, all right, go ahead and keep it for the last shot. 10 seconds now and counting, 8 seconds. Shirey bringing it up. He's working directly against Canfield. A foul is called against Canfield there on the block.
And that's Canfield's first. 6 seconds, 6.0 seconds to be precise, showing on the clock.
Andrews back in here for 6 final seconds of offense. He has 2 fouls, but they feel good about Shirey's got to get in and bounce pass. Dooley, he's fouled at the rim. Dooley will take 2 free throws.
Yeah, good pass in, catching Dooley on the low block cut. And he goes up strong. And that's going to go against Mosley, his first. 4th team foul, probably won't matter with 4:07 showing left on the clock.
Wow.
Dooley, wasn't sure if that one was staying in or not. Kind of did a whole rotation around a few times. So.
Finally gets it to flush there, hits the first free throw. 28-27, Dooley a chance to tie. Dooley hits both. 28 all, 4.7 seconds. I almost kind of wish they would have. Nope, they did get James Sanders out. I love that. Canfield, kind of an awkward 3. Still way closer than it should have been there on the half-court heave. 28-28 is your score at the half. Raiders and Wildcats, neither team wants to see their season come to an end here in Wayne County, as both are within 1 game of the state tournament. We'll be back after a 3-minute timeout with some halftime stats and thoughts here from Wayne County, back in 3 minutes on KSR Sports.
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. They can tell you the location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
When it comes to your family's health, you can count on Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Pulaski. We're focused on keeping you at your best with annual screenings and preventative care. Having a family doctor helps you stay healthy, so our Southern Tennessee Medical Group makes it easy to find one. Call 1-800-424-DOCS. That's 1-800-424-3627, or visit southerntmpulaski.com to find a primary care physician.
First Realty Group has been serving Giles and Lawrence County and beyond for decades. We're first because we have the best selection of land, homes, and commercial properties to choose from. Our fair price promise means you can shop with peace of mind locally and with customer care not found elsewhere. We also understand the buying process and what it takes to make it easy, from title to escrow to closing. First Realty Group. First for a reason. Visit frg1.com for all of your buying needs in Giles County.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice-cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or a friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice-cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together, taste better.
May Oil Company, a fourth-generation family-owned business, is a supplier of fuel products and specialty lubricants serving Pulaski, Giles County, and southern Middle Tennessee from our offices and warehouse at 619 South 4th Street, Pulaski. May Oil Company is also a proud supporter of Giles County Bobcat and Richland Raiders sports. May Oil Company, supporting our Middle Tennessee communities for generations. 931-363-3704.
And we're back here at the half, 28-all between Wayne County and Richland here in the Class A Sectional. Lady Raiders headed to Murfreesboro for the state tournament Thursday night at 7:15. They will take on Coalfield. Richland boys wouldn't be playing this week in Murfreesboro, but they would next week if they win here tonight in Wayne County. This is a rematch of last year's Class A Sectional. Same teams, same location. Jennifer, it's been a back-and-forth affair. Neither team has ever led by more than 4. And, I mean, this is just the kind of postseason basketball you expect from two top 10 teams.
Well, and I think this was the matchup we expected from specifically these two teams because they're very comparable in a lot of ways. They have a lot of good off-the-ball movement on their offenses. They're patient when they need to be and selective with their shots, and then maintain really strong defensive a presence, and so it's just been a fun matchup.
33-20, Eagleville leads versus Perry County at the half. Probably about what we expected.
Yeah.
Not as good as Richland did versus Eagleville, but I mean, who among us?
Well, I think that's interest to both teams because, you know, Eagleville was out of our region, Perry County. That game came down to really just a last moment type setup for Wayne County to win that game over Perry County. Perry County was up and Wayne County won it at the end, but and so Wayne County, they've had some close matchups in their playoffs, and so they keep finding ways. But can this be the night that Richland shuts them down? Can they come out this second half? I don't know that you're going to build even a double-digit lead anybody on this game tonight. I don't know that either team can possibly do that, just because defense has been so strong from both sides of the ball, or both teams here. But I think it's going to be the team that chooses wisely on their shot selection and doesn't get themselves in foul trouble. So that's been a little bit of an issue already for Richland going into the half. But then they started calling a lot of fouls in the second quarter on Wayne County, and so they kind of have evened out there. Logan Davis, one of their starters, has 2 fouls. Case Bryant, Kason Mosley, Drew Bogus, Cayman Canfield, and Case Butler all have 1 apiece, so that their key players all have at least a foul on the board, if not more. And then our 5 starters, Andrews and McCormick for Richland, both have 2 fouls. McCormick remained on the bench. Andrews, because he picked his second one up pretty early in the second quarter. And then Andrews picked up his second a little bit later and kind of came back in there and then pulled him out on defense, so he didn't pick up just a cheap 3rd foul before half. So fouls are going to be something I think is going to maybe play into this matchup. But so far it's been called pretty consistently. I've liked the officials, so not that my opinion matters, but
right.
but I think they've done a good job of maintaining the game and the integrity of the game, and so expect more of the same in the second half.
Raiders have had 6 3-point baskets. Wayne County has had 5. So really, this game so far has been decided largely from beyond the arc, despite the fact that you have a lot of really good size for both teams. And so that's kind of been an interesting early storyline. With the way the Raiders are shooting, you would kind of hope they'd be up by more. But I will note, along those lines, you played a good bit of the second quarter without McCormick or Andrews, and you're tied at the half. So you still have to feel pretty good there. Looking at your leading scorers so far, 11 points for Cayman Camfield, the all-state forward for the Wildcats. 6 points, Case Bryant on a pair of 3-pointers. 4 points, Drew Bogus. 4 points, Logan Davis. 2 points, Case Butler. 1 point, Nate Beavis. As for the Raiders, 8 points for Jamison Andrews with a pair of 3-pointers. 6 points, Jack Jackson with a pair of 3-pointers. 5 points, Lane Dooley. 4 points, Cade McCormick. 3 points, Hollis Miller. 2 points, Will Shirey. So your leading scorers, 11 for Camfield, 8 for Andrews. Richland able to weather the early foul trouble storm, and they're tied 28 all at the half here in the sectional.
Yeah, and kind of interesting, you and I were talking on off air that here at the half, till players come out, they kind of let any of their kids just, I don't know if you call it free-for-all. It looked like a recess session going on. You had some little girls doing some cheer moves. You had some boys shooting basketball. You had some just chasing each other playing tag. And so, yeah, they just kind of let them go on the court. And there's one having to go be corralled. I'm impressed, because that's one little guy.
They're well behaved.
He didn't quite understand the end assignment there to clear the floor, but dad to the rescue there. But, yeah, that's kind of cool to see. Maybe let him get a little of this energy out, and then they can sit for the second half of the game. But never seen that before.
28 all between Richland and Wayne County here on KSR Sports. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout and be back with the start of the third quarter in this tie ball game.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags and windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Ray with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
And we're back here as the teams head back out onto the floor to start the third quarter. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins. Elimination basketball here in the Class A Sectional, Richland versus Wayne County for a second straight year here in Waynesboro.
And getting the go for Richland to start the second half. Your 5 usual starters: Andrews, Jackson, Shirey, and McCormick.
Richland did sweep the regular season series over Wayne County, including a 2-point victory here in Waynesboro. By the way, that victory was without Jason Loveless or Cooper Jackson. Will Shirey trying to drive here. He'll be halted, though, by Case Bryant. James Andrews pump fakes. Now he'll head to the basket. Shot is no good. Tipped out of bounds. Wayne County basketball.
Yeah, Andrews tried to soften this shot and probably just a little too much, maybe expecting a little bit of contact down low. And defense just let him go, and then sure enough, he softens that shot a little much.
Davis, as that's the kickball of all kickballs there as well. I actually think that hit a fan there. No ill intent, but goodness gracious.
Oh.
That probably hurt.
Yeah, because Andrew's reaction, because he's the one that kicked it, and like you said, it was simply incidental.
Yeah, they're actually going to check out that
fan. Yeah, as I said, they're stopping the game for just a minute because, oh my.
Oh, the guy who got hit is nodding though.
Yeah, but Zach Bailey.
It's been a while since I've seen them actually have to check out a fan, in terms of potential injury there. But yeah, I mean that was. Goodness, that ball was probably going at least 20 miles per hour when it hit that fan in the face. So I guess we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back once they're able to get that under control.
This is Mike Keith for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
A round of applause for the fan there as they get back underway. A kicked ball hit a fan in the face, but I'll tell you, he's just nodding there, being like, hey, leave me alone. This is Class A sectional basketball. I'm staying for the duration.
Doesn't want to miss the action.
They're still checking him out, but he keeps nodding like, hey, no, seriously, I'm fine.
It was a full speed contact, yeah.
I mean, like I said, 20-plus miles per hour, a basketball hits you right in the middle of the face there.
Yeah, and they're still actually tending to him a little bit, but he's kind of laughing and shaking his head, answering questions. So I think he's going to be fine.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but he is an older gentleman.
Yeah.
I think would be the politically correct way to say that. So I can understand why you need to check it out. But we're back underway here. So Logan Davis gives it off to Beavis on the left side to get it down low to Butler. Butler tries to power, but he takes an extra step on the power move. Travel, Richland basketball.
Yeah, and really, he was kind of juggling the pass that he got in, and so he was trying to maintain control up top and then lost what his feet were doing.
Shirey gives it off to Jack Jackson. Jackson drives Jackson. Wow, nice play for Jackson. Shot no good, though. They'll try to save it, but Wayne County steps out of bounds. It'll be Richland basketball. I'm not sure who touched that last. Wayne County seemed like their body language suggested it was them. They tried to save it, and in the process of saving it, they lose it one way or another.
Wow, and Will Shirey is literally standing with the student section.
Wow, Cade McCormick there drives baseline, puts it up and in on the reverse lay-in. Raiders back up by 2.
Yeah, I'd like to see McCormick do, we opened up with that drive and he drew contact. Maybe that's what they need to kind of go back to with his presence. Of course, couldn't do that.
30-second timeout for Wayne County. We will stick with you. But if I'm Wayne County, I'm going at McCormick every time because I don't want to see him in the game if I'm Wayne County because I know he's someone who can basically single-handedly beat you offensively.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I think offensively, once you've now got him back on the court, keep him out of foul trouble, but also, he just showed that power move on the baseline. Even with some of these big bodies that Wayne County has, I'm not sure that they can still do enough to stop McCormick because one of two things, I say this all the time throughout the season, You drive in strong, you're going to draw contact and go find yourself at the foul line, or they're going to have to let you go, and you're going to lay it up and in. And so you got to just really, it comes being fearless down low and going ahead and taking your drive, and that's one thing McCormick does well.
Wayne County with the basketball. Raiders up 30-28 with 6 minutes remaining in the third. Gamfield being harassed by Will Shirey, and Shirey forces the turnover there. It's tipped into the arms of Cade McCormick. Shirey gets the honors bringing it up here. Shirey dribbles to his right, calls for motion there from Cooper Jackson. Back up to Andrews. Andrews working against Davis. Andrews spins, travels.
Yeah, when he went, I think he changed his mind partway through that, went to think he was going to lay it up and in, and then defender caught up with him, and so when he goes to spin, changed pivot feet basically, and so gets called for the travel.
They will swap out their big men there. Bogus and Mosley come in for Butler and Beavis. Of note, well, actually, they're going to help the fan out now. They may need to stop play because they need to help him get to the sideline there. But I'm really surprised. Three-pointer on the way is blocked, and then Mosley, what I thought was a clear over the back. Finally, ball don't lie. It'll be tipped out of bounds. Richland basketball.
Yeah, McCormick goes to save it and is able to punch it back in off of Bogus. And so Richland's going to have the ball back. And, yeah, we just hope and pray that gentleman is okay. Zach Bailey's still over there, the Richland trainer, still assisting him, and they're going to probably go get him checked out.
Andrews in the corner. He'll take a three. No good. Rebound, Shirey. Shirey puts it off glass. It's good. Largest lead of the night for the Raiders, 32-28.
And yes, folks, you heard that right. If you're just now getting to tune in, largest lead, 4 points for either team tonight.
Yeah, Wayne was up by 4 at one point, I think 20-16. And then Richland now up 32-28. Wow, great tip by Cooper Jackson. Up to Jack Jackson. What a play by the senior Cooper Jackson. Now Cade McCormick drives. McCormick is fouled from behind. He'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
Good heads-up play, and I don't know that McCormick really had time to figure it out, but he was up against 2 of the freshmen who are big bodies, but he wasn't scared to try to break both those defenders, and they commit the foul. That foul goes against Bogus. That is his second personal.
McCormick does miss the first. I will note, though, am I crazy that I think they're a better team with Mosley and Bogus in than they are with Beavis and Butler? Obvious Beavis and Butler jokes aside.
Yeah, I know. I think it comes down to experience. I think probably Beavis and Butler have been playing at this longer.
We're going to have to start saying Butler and Beavis.
Yeah, something.
It's going to trip us up.
It's too close.
33-28.
We did that in football, too, though, to be honest.
Bounce pass. Cooper Jackson tries to throw it back over his head. It's going to be out of bounds, though. Richland nearly another steal. Cooper Jackson playing like this might be his last night of basketball, and he doesn't want to see it be just that.
Yeah, and so he is really – he's always been elite on defense, but, man, going next level tonight. So
bounce pass nearly stolen again.
By none other than Cooper Jackson.
Davis brings it back out. 4 minutes remaining here in the third. 33-28. Raiders up by 5. They give it to Bogus. Bogus versus Andrews. Bogus is fouled by Andrews. That will be Andrews' third.
Yeah, and the coaching staff really not liking that because Andrews was straight up on his defense. And that is going to be Andrews' third. I don't know how else you guard down there low.
Yeah. Bogus a force to be reckoned with there.
Yeah, Miller coming in for Andrews, who just picked up his third foul.
Bogus hit the first free throw, now attempting his second. He goes 2 for 2. 33-30. Raiders still up by 3. Going to see a kind of a half-hearted full-court press here for Wayne County. Really, they just kind of back off as soon as Richland presses them, though.
Well, I think Wayne County recognizing Richland has a lot of speed.
Travel there as Bogus got the steal, but falls to his bottom and slides. I think that's a that's a respectful way of saying it.
Politically correct way to say that. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. And folks are mad. How do you get mad that you have to call that a travel?
Yeah.
Both his feet came off the floor.
33-30. Raiders on top. They give it into McCormick. Handoff to Shirey. Shirey going to drive. Shirey puts it up. Tough lane floater there is good for Will Shirey.
Yeah, because he really didn't even have enough space to square his shoulders, so goes off just his shooting arm and lays it in nice and soft.
I thought he was trying to draw the pressure to hand it off to McCormick there, but takes it in himself, puts it in off glass. 5-point lead once again for Richland. Case Bryant bounce. They get it to Bogus. Bogus puts it up and in for two. Good cut there for Drew Bogus. Back to a 3-point lead for Richland. Cooper Jackson into the front court. Off to Will Shirey. Now 3 minutes remaining here in the third. Cooper Jackson, he's going to try to drive. Gives back to Cade McCormick. He'll drive. He spins. Left hand. Shot no good. Partially blocked. Canfield running the other way. Canfield a little bit out of control, but gets it up to Logan Davis. Davis pump fakes twice. Puts it in off glass. Nice play there for Davis. Brings him within one. Coach Jason Lovelace. Full timeout. We will take it as well. 35-34. Richland by one with 2:41 remaining here in the third. Back in 30 seconds on KSR Sports.
Hey, buddy, why the throwback uniform?
Well, boys, you see, it's to celebrate the glory days, the pride, the passion, the tradition.
Wow, what could be better than wearing a throwback uniform on game day?
How about throwing back a green and gold citrusy Sundrop soda in a throwback bottle while wearing my throwback uniform on game day?
The pride, the passion, the tradition.
Throwback a green and gold Sundrop today.
And we're back here. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins. 2:41 remaining in the third. Raiders up 35-34. They have the basketball here on KSR Sports. Jamison Andrews in the front court.
Interesting, Andrews went to the bench. Thought we might not see him till the fourth with 3 fouls, but just too crucial. You got to try to do some things with this momentum right now.
Andrews drives, hits it off the baseline cut there. Cade McCormick with the assist.
Yeah, drew that up and is able to get their defender to buy it off of Andrews, and he just finds an open lane cutting in.
37-34. I mean, this is potentially this young man's last night of basketball. He deserves the chance to do everything within his power to keep it from being so. Bounce pass. They really like going through Bogus this period, that is. Mosley, he'll spin. Gives it off to Beavis, who's back in the game. Of note, they're not running a true guard right now. I mean, I guess Davis is kind of a guard, but running 4 forwards and a guard. Good job there. Cade McCormick comes up with a steal. He's in the front court. McCormick spins. McCormick to the hoop. Puts it up and in. How about doing it all yourself there, Cade McCormick?
Yeah, it makes the steal, then goes coast to coast, lays it in.
Canfield, quick three there. That's a frustration three and ill-advised, I think.
Yeah, I think he really wanted to kind of stymie the momentum that Richland has going.
Shirey is fouled on the other side. I will note that was the definition of a moving screen there for one of the Richland players, but Shirey going to get to the line for 2 free throws.
Mosley picks up his second. That is 2 team fouls with 1:12 left here in the third. Has not been a ton of fouls. Almost hate to say that every time because inevitably changes it when we say stuff. I know you don't believe in jinxes or commentators curse, but
nope,
still tends to happen.
I don't believe it does.
In math, we call that the theory of large numbers. Enough circumstances going to happen. Wow, Shirey goes 0 for 2 on his free throws. Interesting.
39-34. Richland on top with 1:06 remaining here in the third. Beavis gives it off to Bogus. Bogus wanted the extra pass, but he'll go himself, and he gets it to go. Bogus, a huge third quarter here, kind of single-handedly keeping Wayne County in this as they're back within 3.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of go back on what I said earlier, maybe experience, but yeah, how's Bogus not starting? Because he really has been their leading force here in the third.
Bogus is top 2 on the whole court in terms of talent for Wayne County. Maybe Canfield's better in terms of talent, but I can't name anyone else for Wayne
Think how
County.
good Bogus is going to be by the time he's a senior.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And think about it. They have Case Bryant, a sophomore. We're talking right now because Richland's just basically hanging off back and forth, taking their time here. They want last shot, but Mosley freshman, Bogus freshman, Bryant sophomore. Really, really good young players here. Shirey now going to drive with 8 seconds. Shirey caught up here. Jack Jackson, he'll take the three. No good. Tipped around. 1.4 seconds left. Wayne County will have the ball, trailing by 3 here in the third quarter.
Going to sub in for McCormick. Doesn't want to pick up a third foul here, right with 1.4 on this defense. So Andrews and McCormick on the bench right now.
Davis, I don't think he got it off. Not going to matter as he doesn't hit it. We'll be back with a 1-minute timeout. 39-36, Richland leads entering the fourth.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie, and we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
We meet by accident, a play on words. But when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair is a trusted friend when you need auto repairs or auto body work. We specialize in making you feel at ease in a time that can be uncertain at best. We take the worry away and give you our very best. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair, a trusted friend when you need us. Call 363-0539 or drop by 716 North 1st Street, Pulaski.
8 minutes remaining here between one of these two teams and a trip to Murfreesboro. Richland Raiders lead 39-36 over Wayne County here in the Class A Sectional as we enter the fourth period. Wayne County has the ball first this final quarter. Canfield kicks. Davis, they leave him wide open. Can't get to go, though. Fighting for the rebound. It's going to be Wayne County basketball.
Raiders down low, kind of pleading their case because it was going off the rebound, and one of the Wayne County guys kicked it back. Somehow they felt like Richland got a hand on it before it went back off the other side.
Jackson went for it, but he says that he didn't touch it. Now, I didn't see it, so I can't say for sure. So
I tend to trust Jack Jackson, but like we said, we weren't on that far end of the court.
On the opposite side, Case Bryant up to Cayman Canfield. Canfield, he's going to drive now. Canfield, a little floater. He gets it home for two. 1 point ball game, full timeout for Wayne County. We'll go ahead and take it as well. 39-38, Richland leads with 7:12 remaining in regulation.
This is Jill Kilburn with Big Green Dumpster. Whether you're cleaning out the garage or tackling a renovation, we've got you covered. We have 4 dumpster sizes, 11 to 30 yards. Order before 1 p.m. for same-day delivery. We offer demolition and junk removal. We offer a contractor's discount and include a direct text line for prompt service. Serving Middle Tennessee and North Alabama, our prices are online, so book now at biggreendumpster.pro or call 931-903-2424. Big Green Dumpster.
Every possession huge here in the fourth quarter. 39-38, Richland leads with 7:12 remaining in the final quarter. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins. Jennifer, not much more you can ask for in postseason basketball than two teams who are desperately fighting to continue their season.
Doesn't apply to you and I necessarily, but worth the price of admission tonight. You're definitely getting your dollar value for entertainment here. These fans, man, they have been right in this every moment. Largest lead for Richland has been 5 points. Largest lead for Wayne County has been 4 points. It's been that type of game tonight, folks. Richland leads by 1 as we are back underway here in the fourth.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't paid to get into a game since 2009.
that is a perk. We get good basketball for free, but and get to talk about these amazing athletes week in, week out.
Cade McCormick, he's going to take it himself versus Canfield. Floater, no good. Rebounded by Bogus.
McCormick a little frustrated with himself because he picked up his dribble too quick. He knows that. And had to put up that shot a little further out than he wanted.
Davis back to Beavis, working it around the perimeter. Bryant on the right wing. Now Davis on the left wing. They want Bogus down low, I think. Now they'll give it to Canfield. Canfield pump fakes. Now they'll work it back out to Davis. Davis brings it out top. Opposite side, it's Bryant. They found Canfield on the opposite block. Canfield versus McCormick. Kicks it back out to Bryant. It's already been about a 1 minute possession here. Richland leads by 1. Davis drives. They're going to call a foul against Will Shirey there. It's on the floor.
So Shirey does pick up his second on the, I guess, little hand check there, Mark. I didn't really see what he motioned for.
Canfield, his shot's no good, but he is fouled. Canfield a chance to retake the lead for the first time in quite a while for the Wildcats.
Cooper Jackson picks up his second. Richland, all of a sudden, back-to-back picks up 2 team fouls here in the fourth. Wildcats have 0 showing.
Canfield hits the first, ties the game. Hits the second. Wayne County by 1. Raiders starters in the game here with 6 minutes to go in regulation. This play's starting to get loud. Shirey, he drives. Needs an outlet here. Gets it to Jack Jackson. Jackson, he'll drive. Hands it off to Andrews. Andrews pump fakes on the 3. Andrews to the hoop. Andrews up and in for 2. Raiders back on top.
Just that nice little stop and go. Drives down to the block, lets his defender go up and defend, waits for him to get out of the way, and then has just a nice little easy lay-in. He does it a lot, makes it look smooth.
Bogus, trapped in the corner. He'll feed it back out to Beavis. Working around right side. They still keep wanting to go through Canfield and Bogus on those low blocks on each side every possession right now. Davis. Back to Beavis. Beavis is going to drive. Beavis kind of caught in no man's land. Now Davis will drive. Davis, nice play there as he gets just enough spin on the ball to put it up and in off the glass.
So just trading buckets. 1 point differential one way or the other, depending on who the last team scored.
4:41 remaining, 42-41. Wayne County going to have a timeout for Coach Jason Lovelace. Full timeout. We'll take it as well. 1 point lead for Wayne. Richland with the basketball when we come back with 4:38 to play in this Class A sectional.
First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and our loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They're our friends and our neighbors. Together, we're making communities great. Member FDIC.
And we're back here. 4:38 to play. 42-41. Wayne County leads by 1. Richland has the basketball as these two teams trade blows here in the fourth.
Yeah, just a really knockdown drag out, if you will. That's what this game has been all about. It's been very tough physical matchup. Defenses looking both fully energized, but also on cue. Have not seen a lot of errant mistakes tonight from either team. Really kind of what you expect here with playoff. This is why some of these teams are left, is because they're some of the best teams in the state.
They get it into Jamison Andrews here. Andrews feeds back up to Cooper Jackson. Once again, student section getting into this one. McCormick Thinks about trading off the dribble, but now he'll work it back out top to Jack Jackson. Jackson to Andrews. Andrews, Shirey on the wing. Back out top here to Jack Jackson. Raiders taking their time this possession. Three-pointer. Jamison Andrews, a first Realty Group three-point basket. 44-42, Raiders back on top. Andrews now leads all scorers with 15.
Yeah, big moment for the senior. Just to kind of, he felt it, hand in his face, and still wanted it.
Davis gets it to Bogus. Down low. Opposite sides, Case Bryant. Canfield, he'll take the baseline. He'll hit it. Canfield, just one of the most clutch players I can remember covering in high school basketball. Always feels like he has an answer here. 44 all.
Yeah, and like we said, traditional post, but still able to hit from about anywhere on the court. We saw a lot of perimeter shots from him in the first half. That one just baseline, you know, out, not even close to the perimeter, but good shot.
Shirey, the and one play. So Will Shirey answers big here as he's up to 8 points pending this free throw. A chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way for Will Shirey.
Yeah, Shirey's found kind of a next level here during the playoffs.
Hits the free throw, Raiders by 3. 47-44, 3:14 to play.
Board shows, and they said Bryant for his first, but I know that's his second. Doesn't really matter.
Probably won't really matter here, depending on how many overtimes we get.
One foul for the Wildcats here in the fourth. Two team fouls for the Raiders. Just under 3 minutes left to tick away. Raiders up by 3.
Corner, 3, Bryant. He can't hit it. Cooper Jackson, they're going to say a tie-up, but that's Richland basketball on the possession arrow. Cayman Canfield says they're wrong about the possession arrow, but
I think he forgot about before the fourth.
I admittedly don't trust him.
Yeah, I was going to say his coach didn't seem to follow that thinking, but he's just misremembering maybe the switch of possession earlier.
Shirey to Cooper Jackson on the wing. Working it back out top, Cade McCormick. Raiders, 2.5 to go. Canfield will come out to meet him. McCormick gives it off to Jamison Andrews. Raiders look like they're kind of milking it a little bit here.
Well, the 3-point lead, you just got to take care of the basketball.
I don't know. I still probably want to see him play a little offense here. McCormick will do just that. Powers it! Home for 2 with Canfield right on him. 49-44, Raiders up by 5.
Yeah, and sometimes you see him do that, spread that offense all around the perimeter, and then if a lane opens up, let your guy take it. Oh, it falls asleep down low. Somebody missed their cut, and they feed it into Bogus, who lays it in.
He's got 12 there. Wildcats called full timeout. You know, we'll go ahead and stick with you. Under 2 minutes to play here in a Class A sectional game. Raiders have the basketball up by 3, 49-46.
Great power move there by McCormick on this end of the court. We're setting up kind of an end zone feel, if you will.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you see McCormick, like I said, they had that spread offense going out along the perimeter, and then what happens if a defender falls asleep or nobody cheats low, that leaves you massive lanes, and McCormick saw it and felt like he could take the extra, you know, that first quick step, gets around his defender and goes to the bucket strong. Then same thing kind of happens on the other end. The defense falls slightly asleep and finds out that Bogus, you know, is left hanging out in the post down on the blocks, gives up an easy 2 quickly. So you had a 5-point lead. Could you force them to milk a little more clock, and then you give up the easy lane?
One thing I will really say for Canfield on that play is a lot of times tonight Canfield has gotten frustrated in those situations and taken a silly shot.
Yeah.
That time he has a chance to take a contested 3, and he finds Bogus wide open underneath the basket. So that's a really heady play there for Canfield. And now they're going to do a full court press, truly a full court press here, as Raiders need to beat this one. They have a timeout if they want to give it. McCormick, he'll bring it in the front court himself. Good job by McCormick there. Oh, stolen by Canfield, though. McCormick falls down. Downfield up the floor. Bounce pass. Mosley versus Jackson. Mosley, his shot good, 49-48. Looks like they will full court press again.
And that's Mosley's first bucket of the night.
Up to Andrews. Andrews finds Cooper Jackson on the opposite side. Back to McCormick. McCormick calls for some motion here. Oh, nearly a bad pass there. Timeout. Coach Jason Lovelace didn't like what he saw from his guys. 49-48. As that last steal that Cade McCormick gave up, I think Lovelace had a couple words real quick to say, hey, man.
Well, I'm laughing because the body language, like McCormick comes over and just puts his arm around. You'd have to know Cade McCormick to know how funny that is, because off the court, he is so intense. On the court, off the court, I hate to ever say somebody's goofy, but he's about as goofy and fun as they come. He really is. He's so lighthearted and just good-natured. So he just kind of walks over. Coach is like just kind of getting on him, and he just got his arm around, like, yeah, coach, yeah, coach, yeah. Good to see.
1:10 remaining here in the fourth, 49-48. Richland still up by 1. As Wayne County's press caused a turnover, they got back within a single possession here. But Richland has the basketball, and they've looked pretty good offensively here in the fourth. Will Shirey with 3 points. Jamison Andrews with 5. Cade McCormick with 2. Will be interesting to see what we get here from Richland.
Yeah, how do you play this last 70 seconds? You got to take care of the basketball. Shirey's got to throw it in. He's not right in front of the student section, but over on the Wayne County side. And I think you just got to be protective, play good, smart passes, and milk this clock down and maybe hold for this last pass or last shot.
Shirey breaks the 5 seconds. It's stolen by Logan Davis. Davis to the hoop. Lays it in for 2 there. Raiders wind a foul. They didn't get one there. Now they trail by 1, 44 seconds. On the other side, Andrews kicks. Jack Jackson wide open. Can he hit it? No. Wayne County with the basketball, 33 seconds. They may need to foul here, but Mosley on the other side. Mosley lays it in for 2, 52-49. Raiders have it. Full court press here. They lose the ball, but I think they're finally
The whistles have been blowing for a bit.
I think they might give Wayne County a timeout here and give them the ball back. We'll see what the call is here, but they awarded a timeout to Wayne County, which would suggest that they're saying that Wayne County has the ball. Just a disastrous final 2 minutes here for Richland. They're up by,
I hate to say it's reminiscent of last year, but I mean it is feeling the same implications, folks. If you remember the Wayne County matchup, Richland was up, I believe, by 1 with about 40-something seconds.
Yeah.
And then just kind of fell apart. I will say Will Shirey was getting trapped there and honestly was kind of getting beat on, and they did not call a foul. And that caused the turnover, and then just couldn't get back in transition.
Wayne County hadn't pressed this hard all night, and suddenly they just bring everything, and Richland's committed 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes. 24 seconds remaining. Wayne County up by 3 here as they've had 3 fast break transition baskets. I don't know if they had enough possession there, in my opinion, to be awarded a timeout.
Yeah,
that's kind of my initial complaint there is I'm not saying that, it can't happen, but I just didn't see it.
So Richland, what can they do here in this final 24 seconds? And, okay, so they're going to say Richland ball. Okay,
yeah.
So that's...
I was so confused because I was like, how does Wayne call a timeout? And I think they call a timeout because it was a kicked ball. So good here. This Richland not in that bad of straits now. Down by 3, though, 20 seconds. Cooper Jackson, Cade McCormick on the wing. Back up top to Shirey. Jackson on the opposite side. They get Andrews. Andrews takes a contested 3. Air ball. Wayne County basketball. Raiders will full court press here. If they get the steal within the first 2 seconds, they probably will go ahead and go with it. But otherwise, you call a timeout immediately.
So 9 seconds. A lot can happen on an inbounds play. And I don't want to say, Wayne County feels like this is over. There's a lot that can happen in 9 seconds, 3-point lead. You get a quick steal, you get a off-the-ball foul, something like that. The officials are meeting up here and making sure they're going to be clear on all this. And I tell you, it is so loud in this gym. You can't hear a whistle. You can't hear – honestly, when they were trying to award that timeout, the ref had to come out on the court and kind of take the ball away to let them know he had whistled and called a timeout.
9 seconds remaining. Wayne County has the inbound up by 3.
Most fans still on their feet here. 9 seconds left to go. Richland was in the lead, and then a couple of key turnovers. Let Wayne County get a couple of cheap baskets off. They're up by 3 now, 52-49. Raiders trail.
Need to steal this inbound here. That's your best chance. They kick it deep. Davis, they got to foul him. They do foul Davis. 7 seconds remaining, and the point guard will head to the line with a chance to take a 2-possession lead.
And that foul's going to go against Andrews. That's going to be his 4th. Oh, Cade. I really think the foul came from Andrews, but they're going to give it to McCormick. Doesn't really matter. His 3rd. 7 seconds. That's only 3 team fouls, though. So they're going to have to catch up to these guys.
Yeah, my fault. I forgot how many fouls there were there. I thought that. So that's a blessing and a curse because you get 2 more chances to steal it. But admittedly, they take time off the clock before you can even let them shoot free throws. This is big here. 6 seconds. You really have to have a steal here. Logan Davis will inbound. They get up to Beavis. Beavis is fouled with 5 seconds. So now he will head to the line. Can the Raiders get a couple misses here from Beavis?
Team 5th, Andrews 4th. 5 seconds left. And honestly, you think if Beavis makes either one of these, probably
you don't have the
seals it.
time.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to press just to slow you down. Beavis does miss the first. Timeout for Coach Jason Lovelace and the Raiders, full timeout. But we're not going to head anywhere. We're not going anywhere.
Leaving you folks. We don't want to miss the end of this action. And so going to talk after this. And what they're discussing right now, if he hits one, what's the play? If he misses it, what's the play? Because, he hits it. That's a 4-point lead for Wayne County. You're going to still try to heave one and maybe draw some contact in through your shot and pray for a Hail Mary that goes in. If he misses it, kind of the same draw up, but you want to make sure you get a good, clean shot off as best you can. See if you can possibly tie this up.
Yeah, huge free throw here.
Beavis, the junior, missed the first one. He's going to come back out of the timeout. There's the buzzer for Richland to return.
So Nate Beavis. I always get Drew Bogus and Nate Beavis mixed up. Yeah. Nate Beavis at the line. The second free throw here. He missed the first. 52-49. Wayne on top with 5 seconds. Can the Raiders stay alive here? Free throw. No good. Raiders have a chance. 4 seconds. McCormick up the floor. Tries to get to Cooper Jackson. 3-pointer. It actually hits the hits one of the other goals that's currently up in the air there.
Yeah, it's the practice side goal that's pulled up. And what happened, Jackson had to try to get so much arch on it over his defender. But Richland falls yet again in the sectional round at Wayne County.
So Raiders fall. What a season, though, for the Raiders. 21-7 on the year. For a second straight campaign, they finish 1 minute short of Murfreesboro. You hate that for those young men.
Yeah, because like I said, it feels so reminiscent of last year's game. I feel like Richland had their moments, but I tell you, Wayne County is a no-quit team, and it is hard to come into Wayne County and get a win. Raiders were able to do that early in the season. They beat Wayne County at home, but the one that counts is going to send Wayne County back to the glass house 2 years in a row after they defeat Richland. 3-point victory, 52-49. Your Raiders do fall. But, man, Mark, I think this game couldn't have been billed any better. I think the only thing I would have changed was a Raider win, but really, truly had the intensity that we were expecting.
Oh, definitely. And so I guess we're going to go ahead and get our final thoughts here. So I'm missing 2 points for Wayne County. I have the right for the Raiders. So I'm going to let you try to do Wayne County
you
while I
talk
do
a minute,
Richland.
let me count.
15 points for Jamison Andrews in his final career game. Finished with 1,000 career points. Was all-district multiple years, all-region multiple years. Just what a career for that young man. 3-plus-year starter, I guess. He started, I think, a couple games this freshman year there, but was full-time starter the other 3 years. 11 points for Cade McCormick. 9 points Will Shirey. 6 points Jack Jackson. 5 points Lane Dooley. 3 points Hollis Miller. So once again, 15 for Andrews, 11 for McCormick. Big night for the Raiders, but they fall by 3 and finish 21-7 on the year. You feeling pretty good?
I'm not yet.
All right, so, girls are playing on Thursday in the state tournament, and so more basketball to come here on KSR Sports. I wonder if we'll get a final from the Giles County game. I know Scott probably can't hear us, but Giles falls by 15, 69-54.
Well, I'm missing several for Wayne County.
Well, luckily, I asked Landon, your boy, to get us some scorebook photos, and he's taking them right now. So we'll have those for the newspaper. You probably don't care that much who scored for Wayne County. You're probably
folks
listening
are like,
for Richland.
yeah, we don't really matter. It doesn't matter at this point. But I think we got so involved in the game, watching and seeing, but not able to keep track of things. But yeah, I'm missing like 6 points, so maybe they need to recheck the books. Let's go back and no.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Wouldn't that be something
I'm
if there was an
missing
error
2.
on the scoreboard? So.
Yeah, tough loss here. What are your final thoughts, Jennifer?
This has been a season of a little bit of ups and downs for the boys, but I really think we were seeing some of their best basketball here in playoffs. Man, this one, it stings. It stings because it was so reminiscent of what happened here last year. And so Raiders felt like they were in control. But, I mean, honestly, if you think about it, Raiders were up by 5 at one point was their largest lead. Wayne County by 4, I still think, was their largest. And I said I doubt any team would get to a double-digit lead at any point in the game. And, boy, that held true most of the game. It was just really back and forth. Change of possessions really decided who was in the lead. And just like you said, I think they were just a few seconds shy, just under a minute. Those turnovers really is what came to kind of come back and bite them. But I tell you, this has been such a tremendous team to watch and cover. And let me just say this. So you've got Cooper Jackson, Jamison Andrews. How many incredible basketball games have we gotten to call for those 2 senior young men? It's going to be hard to miss them. I know we'll get to see them.
I was going to say, I have
baseball.
good news.
Yeah.
They're going to try to make a state run in baseball, and so their aspirations aren't over, even though their basketball careers are.
But it's just been really great to watch them blossom and grow up throughout the years and get to call their games. This has been a special team, and let me just say, too, that these guys off the court are just as incredible as they are on the court, if not even better. And that's not a shot at their basketball skills or anything. It is simply just comes down to this is a great, great group of young men. Get to work with them day in and day out in the classroom, in the hallways, and I really can't say enough good things about them. Very respectful young men, a lot of fun to be around, just great athletes, but great students as well. And just, I mean, this has been a special team to get to cover. Sad that it's over, but again, not everybody gets to end on a win.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, Raiders fall just a tad short again to Wayne County, a very talented and loaded Wayne County, who probably is going to make some noise when they head to the state tournament in a couple weeks. And so, Mark, it's just been fun season to get to watch these guys do their thing.
So Raiders fall 52-49. we're now down to just one final team. It's the Lady Raiders. They will play in Murfreesboro on Thursday versus Coalfield. And so one more team still with a chance to take home that gold ball. But it's been fantastic. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to me, who was the one producing tonight.
Good job producing,
I was producing
Mark
for
Mize,
ourselves.
Mark Mize Productions. So.
And a special shout out to Jennifer, Cody Derryberry, all the folks who have done the games with us all year long. And so we will see everyone in Murfreesboro Thursday night. We'll be radio and stream because we're the only shop in town now for the Lady Raiders. So Richland girls play Thursday night, 7:15. Try to make it out to Murfreesboro. It's such a fun environment. If you don't, though, if it's a little past your bedtime that you're going to be getting home that night, then make sure and tune in here on KSR Sports. So Raiders fall 52-49. They finished 21-7 on the year. For Jennifer Hawkins, I'm Mark